Hi, welcome back to Aaron's Games. I'm Aaron, this is Chloe.
Hi.
And today we're going to be talking about Escape the Dark Castle and the new Escape the Dark Sector. Hey, and welcome to the show, Chloe, and welcome to the brand new studio setup with the taped D20 on the wall, which I taped a little bit too high for it to be in shot. Great times. We've got about 16 million lights going at the moment. I keep looking at the wrong thing. I should be looking at the camera, and it's all kind of teething things. We've also got another camera. Hello. So this week we're talking about the Escape the Dark series by Themeborne Games, a Norwich-based game company. And originally I bought Escape the Dark Castle, and it was actually Chloe who chose it because we were in Athena Games and I had lots of money to spend. I think it was my birthday, wasn't it? Birthday money?
No, it was birthday.
Birthday money. So we went to Norwich, went to Athena Games, and I went nuts with the board games, and I bought loads. And then I said to Chloe, why don't you see if you can find one that you like the look of? And she pulled this out, and I was a bit like, yeah, maybe. And then I kind of looked at the back of it, which is now upside down for you guys, and it's got this black and white aesthetic, so all the cards are in black and white, and it just looked really cool. So we got it, and it's a great game. Good times. Basically, it's like a survival horror type game. So basically, what you get is these cards. So you get a starting card, which is here. Put that there. Just make this whole mess here. And then you get a boss card. So you choose one of those. And let's choose that one. Put that back in the thing. And then you get some player cards, like this. And we get like this. So hopefully you can see them all right on the screen, should be able to. And then you get these chapter cards. So there's loads of these chapter cards and you pick 15. So I'll give them a bit of a shuffle first. Pick 15 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to deal them all out now, but that's the gist of it. And then you put this on the top like this. So you get what you have as a story deck here, and then that's how you that's what you play with, story deck. And then you get these white dice, and there's one for each, so if you want to sort those out to who goes with what, Cook is there. So each of these are different characters, and they all have their 3 stats that they use, which are wisdom, might, and cunning. And each one of them you can kind of see has got like different stats. That refers to how many of those symbols are on the dice. So for example, the smith is very strong at strength, so he's got a couple of sides where there's 2 fists, and there's 1 fist there and 1 fist there. You get these chapter dice, which you then roll based on what the card says. I keep looking at the wrong thing. So you roll those, and that helps you in combat, it helps you with the monsters, it helps you with whatever you're playing with. So basically, you turn over the card, and it's got this lovely, I'll just hold it up to the camera there, so you can just see it a little bit. Oh, just get used to doing that. There we go. Is that better? No. It's so confusing. There you go. So now you can see what it looks like there in the upper corner, and that's a ridiculous camera angle for me. So it just said, it starts off the game and you've chosen your character, so you've got your white dice each, and then you put these to the side. And then you turn over the cards. But the cool thing about this is you choose however many players are playing, I think it's up to 4 players, you choose who's going to turn over the next card, and sometimes it says you on the card, and that refers to the person that turned it over. So if Chloe turned this one over, it doesn't have anything saying you on it, so she's fine. But it's got this nice little, several armed figures spring from the shadows and attack. So that goes there, and then it tells you that combat begins, and you roll dice, and that's how combat works. It's a really cool game, and it's actually really terrifying. It's quite difficult. Like we've played, I don't know, 5 or 6 times. And
and we've won probably half of them.
Yeah, probably about half.
Yeah.
But that's good. And you also get these lovely little pencils, which I haven't opened because keep them nice. And you get these item cards. There's like little item things that you can use, like liquid luck, rotten shield. the replication stones. Basically, they help you with how many dice you get in certain aspects.
And how many
of the game.
lives and stuff.
And how many lives, yeah. You can get HP back, and yeah. And then once you've done all 15 of your chapter cards, you then turn those over like this, and you get loads of different things. And if you can see them on the camera, they get some horrible things like that. You can kind of see it there. And then you get to the boss card. So it says, don't read this until you've completed the last chapter card. You turn that over, and this one is Terror of the Underworld. And I quite like that these cards are massive as well. So there you go, have a look at that. It's this scary boss thing. And then it tells you how many chapter dice you need to roll, and a chapter dice per person as well. And then you fight, and they have special abilities. It seems really basic talking about it here, but it's a really good game. And because there's so many cards, it's different every time. It's going to be in different order, it's going to be different things come up. Obviously you have different players, different characters, lots of scope for replayability, which is really cool. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about this new one, Escape the Dark Sector, which I recently backed on Kickstarter. It's basically a space version of the same game, but it's not the same because it's in space! We'll just wait for that farty motorbike to go past. So, as far as I understand it, the mechanics of the game are very similar. It uses chapter cards. This time the chapter cards are divided into 3 acts as well, so it's a different way of playing. The rulebook seems thicker. I also, because of Kickstarter, got these lovely sleeves, which I haven't put on yet, because I've literally only just received it over the weekend. So I'll put those on at some point. And as I say, it's a very similar mechanic. So you get these big cards. So here are the crew members, and they are, what I've noticed is actually they're the same names. So they're the same as the characters in Escape the Dark Castle: Smith, Miller, Tanner, Cook, Taylor, Abbott, but they're lieutenants' names. So each character has their own dice. Obviously, again, they've got their own strengths and weaknesses in might, cunning, wisdom as well. Get more chapter dice, of course, you need those. Spread them across there like that. We should put the cards over here. You also get loads more dice, as if you didn't have enough dice in the original game. You get all these ones. Now,
this is like your best game ever.
Yeah,
the amount
all
of
the
dice.
Yeah, exactly. You get to roll hella loads of dice. I haven't read the rule book for this yet. I'm literally just unboxing now, so I don't actually understand what these dice are for.
They're like lightning bolts and everything.
Yeah, I think because there's combat is slightly different in this version of the game, in that the original was just literally hit, fight or don't fight, whereas this one you've got defensive moves, and there's a drone, I think, and there's ranged attacks. So I think that's these dice.
Little rockets.
Yeah, I think that's the range. Yeah, I think that's
cool.
what that is. Again, get a nice little pack of pencils that I'm not going to open. Slightly differently this time, instead of a health tracker, you get like a medical record sheet. I don't know if you can see that there very well, but it's I don't know how that works, but that's interesting. Maybe do you fill in the blocks? I'm not sure. And then we get these item cards, but here we are: close combat and ranged combat action rule reminders. You get these. There's guns and stuff in here, bombs, force fields. I'm not going to look through the whole thing because I want to play it and enjoy it for the first time. Alien sludge, so you get those. Then you get these white ones, which are kind of upgrades for your character, so far as I understand. So they go there. And then you get these mission failed or mission accomplished cards, and they tell you if anyone dies. That's another thing. If anyone dies in either of these games, the game's over. You can't have one person die, everyone dies. You either all win or you all lose. But these have like a little epilogue on them, so depending on if you win or don't win, you read those out. And then we've got some, like, these are the tactical combat and flanking abilities. Again, don't really know how they work because I haven't read the rules. But really excited to get going with this game. We really enjoy Escape the Dark Castle. It's a great game, especially if you ramp up the ambience with some music. The cool thing about Escape the Dark Sector, because I backed it on Kickstarter, they sent me a digital copy of the soundtrack along with my pledge. You can buy the soundtrack on vinyl for Escape the Dark Castle and on cassette, not CD, cassette.
Wow.
And Escape the Dark Sector, pre-orders are open now, and you can pre-order the vinyl, and you can pre-order the soundtrack and playmats, and the game, obviously, is the most important thing to order. And that's it. That's Escape the Dark Sector and Escape the Dark Castle. Kind of whistle-stop tour between the two, but there we go.
I find that this is a nice game to end the games night on, though.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, because there's not much to it. You just turn over the cards and read.
Yeah.
It's a bit more passive. There is still some tactics in deciding whether you're going to attack or whether you're going to use items or stuff like that. But it is a bit, it's kind of a calm down game.
Yeah, if you've had like a busy evening of like lots of different games where you have to really use your head, that one's just a little bit more fun and...
Well, fun. It's quite terrifying in places.
Well, yeah, it is, but...
I just realised we haven't actually looked through any of the chapter cards. We should do that. So similar to Escape the Dark Castle, you get a starting card, but there's actually 3 this time. So you choose one of those, and that tells you what kind of starting abilities you get, what cards you start with. So you choose one of those, and then, as I said, you've got these chapter cards, but they're divided into 3 acts. So you get Act 1, which is represented by this little star. Yeah, so these are the Act 1 chapter cards. So I don't know if you can see that. There's a 1 star on there, on the constellation. And this time it's kind of spaceship, alien stuff. I'm not reading any because, again, don't want to read them before we play. So there's Act 1. Then these are Act 2, so you can see the 2 stars on the constellation there. So I think that's when you like transition in the game to a different area, might even be a different planet, I'm not sure. And then you get Act 3, which is here represented by the 3 stars on the constellation. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. So you choose those. Again, I don't know the numbers of it, because I will read it at some point soon. And then you get boss cards, again like in Escape the Dark Castle, but this time there are 5 different bosses. I'm not even going to turn these over because these are quite crucial to the game. Let's just have a quick flash at them. There we go. That's all you get. But then, like, if they're anything like Escape the Dark Castle, the boss fights are really difficult, especially if they've got particular abilities which make it harder for the characters. So that's cool that you get quite a few of those. And that's it. Well, I'll remember to talk about the whole game before I wrap up the video. Thanks for watching. Check out these games. Escape the Dark Castle is available already. There are also expansion packs, which we are yet to get, but we are going to get. And then Escape the Dark Sector is available for pre-order now. If you go to Themeborne, I think it's themeborne.com, but I'll correct it in the video if it's not. Check them out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it's just Themeborne, and I'll put the links in the description below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Don't follow me in real life because that's creepy. And we'll see you again for another video soon. Bye! You have to say bye.
Oh, bye.
Say bye in a really high voice.
I can't do high voice.
I can. Bye!